Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. This is your West Ham Manchester United preview. It's this Sunday, 2 o'clock kick-off at the London Stadium. David Moyes will be having a reunion with Manchester United this Sunday. I've got to give David Moyes credit. He's done really well in his second spell at West Ham. He's been in charge of West Ham for almost 2 years in his second spell. Moyes didn't do well in his first spell at West Ham. He got sacked. Moyes has managed Real Sociedad before. He got sacked from them. Also managed Sunderland before. He got sacked from them because he got Sunderland relegated. He managed Man United for 10 months. We sacked him. David Moyes is probably the worst manager we've ever had. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. Moyes managed Everton before. He was a long-serving manager at Everton. He endured 11 years with them. And he's managed Preston before. West Ham have got Antonio suspended. Reed is also out with injury. I know quite a lot of West Ham's players. One of their key players is Pablo Fornals. I think he'll be in contention to play in this game. Benrahma, he's also very good. West Ham got him from Brentford. They've got Lanzini. He's one of their key players. Jared Bowen, West Ham have also got him. Souček, he's made an impact at West Ham. West Ham have got Mark Noble. He's remained loyal to West Ham for a long time. He's aging up. Declan Rice, he's definitely one of West Ham's key players. He'll be in contention to play in this game. Now, Man United are interested in Declan Rice. It said the other week that we've identified Declan Rice as our number one midfield transfer target for next summer. It said it's likely Declan Rice will leave West Ham next summer as he targets a club offering Champions League football. Solskjaer is confident on the Declan Rice transfer. When the summer transfer window was open, it did mention that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants Rice, and Declan Rice did mention he was unhappy with West Ham's 100 million price tag. Rice has rejected a few contract offers at West Ham. He's got a contract with West Ham until 2024. He's remained loyal to them for so long. He's been at West Ham now for a good 7 years or so. West Ham have got Craig Dawson. He's good. I think they did have him on loan at one point, but now they've got him permanently. West Ham have got Vladimir Coufal. He's good. In the summer transfer window, Moyes made a few signings. He brought Alex Kralin, brought that Vlasic in, and brought Zuma in. Aaron Cresswell, he's definitely one of West Ham's key players. I think he's like the third or fourth best left back in the Premier League. West Ham have got Issa Diop. He's one of their centre halves, I think. They've got Ogbonna, Ryan Fredericks, Yarmolenko, they've got him. One of West Ham's goalkeepers is Fabianski. And I think in the summer transfer window they brought Areola in. Don't forget, West Ham lost Sebastian Haller, and he was definitely one of their key players. He was a big loss for West Ham. They lost Robert Snodgrass. They lost Felipe Anderson. I think they loaned Frederick Ibsen out. I think they let Reed go as well. So, there you go. I think West Ham finished 6th last season. Or was it 5th? They just missed out on a Champions League place. West Ham play this evening against Dynamo Zagreb in the Europa League. Now, Manchester United need to respond to the disappointment against Young Boys. We lost 2-1 against Young Boys. Obviously, Jesse Lingard cost us the game with that back pass that he did in the 95th minute of stoppage time. A lot of the blame stems from Solskjaer on that loss against Young Boys because the tactics were wrong. You know, Solskjaer shouldn't have taken Ronaldo off, and he shouldn't have taken Bruno Fernandes off. Just a phone call there, sorry. He shouldn't have started Wan-Bissaka because Wan-Bissaka should have been rested. Wan-Bissaka got sent off in the game, so that changed the complexion of the game. Bissaka got sent off for stamping on Martins. Solskjaer shouldn't have taken Donny van de Beek off at half time because Donny van de Beek was our best player in the first half. But we have to win this game against West Ham on Sunday. We won our last league game against Newcastle 4-1. Obviously we saw Ronaldo score twice on his second debut. Obviously Ronaldo scored our goal against Young Boys. Last season we beat West Ham 3-1 at the London Stadium. Come from behind in that game. For 60 minutes, we was on the back foot. We beat West Ham 1-0 at Old Trafford last season in the league, and we're beating them in the Cup 1-0. Don't forget, we also play West Ham in the EFL Cup next week. We do have some players out. Obviously, Cavani is absent at the moment. Marcus Rashford is out with a shoulder injury. He's out until October because earlier on in the summer, Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. I think Alex Telles is still out. And that's about it. McTominay, he's just come back from a groin injury. So there you go. On my next video, I will be giving you my predicted 11 for this game. But Man United have enjoyed a very good start to the season. We've won 3 games out of 4 so far. We've registered 10 points from a possible 12. We are top of the Premier League at the moment. Obviously, there is United fans that are Ollie out, reflecting on that loss against Young Boys. I'm Ollie in at the moment. I think he does deserve at least this season. If Solskjaer doesn't win a trophy this season, there's a very, very good chance he will get sacked. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. As you all know, Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. The other week, it did mention that Solskjaer privately views Chelsea as Man United's biggest title rival ahead of Liverpool and Man City. And before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. He's managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. He's managed 101 games in the Premier League. If Man United were to sack Solskjaer, who would come in to replace him? Now, there's obviously been rumours coming out regarding Antonio Conte. It says Antonio Conte would make a move to Manchester United. Conte wants a winning project. Conte has rejected Arsenal, he's also rejected Tottenham. Well, recently Jason Cundy said Man United must sack Solskjaer and hire Conte. Conte is available. He left Inter Milan at the end of last season. I think if Conte came in, he'd do a very good job at Man United because he has got a good pedigree behind him, plus he's managed in the Premier League before. You know, when he was at Chelsea, he won the Premier League in his first season with Chelsea. Ole is not the long-term manager for Man United. I can assure that, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. We made a mistake giving Solskjaer that new contract because he won't see out that contract. My 2 biggest concerns about Solskjaer is his decision making, because analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. And my other concern, he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde, and before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. He only enjoyed a short tenure with Cardiff. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got them relegated. And Ollie managed the Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. Reflecting how long Solskjaer's been with us, he's gained some managerial experience and he's learnt a few things on the job, but Ollie's still got plenty to learn because he is still a young manager. Ole has been in charge of Manchester United for almost 3 years. There's not all negativity regarding Ole. There's quite a lot of things I've got to credit him for. In certain aspects, Ole has brought consistency back. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. He's made good signings as Manchester United manager. Ole has signed 14 players. And we've spent like £441 million under him so far. And he has enjoyed, 5 transfer windows as permanent Man United manager. Ole's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. Ole's got us to semi-finals. Last season, he got us to the Europa League final. That was his first major final as Man United manager. And last season, he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. So progress has been made under Ole. Last season he got us a second place finish, and in his first full season he got us a third place finish. We've got a very good away record in the Premier League. We are unbeaten in our last 27 or 28 Premier League away games. We have extended a lot of players' contracts under Solskjaer. Quite a few weeks ago, Solskjaer did say he wants new contracts for 5 players. That's Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, Rashford, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. So there you go. Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. He's our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. We've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years despite him winning the FA Cup, and we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. He also got a second place finish in his first season, so you can say Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United. But like I've said to you, when we are inconsistent and when we've been inconsistent, not all of the blame stems from Ole. Obviously, there's certain players that have got to take responsibility, because there's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. I don't like the way the football club has been run for a long time. Like I've said to you, the Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The main reason is because they've put Man United in so much debt. But to be fair, the Glazers backed Ole in this year's summer transfer window. The reason they backed him, though, because they've been persuaded to. The Glazers have been with us for 16 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. And Woodward, he's definitely been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, because he was accountable for how poor our recruitment was. Plus, we've overpaid for players in recent years. Woodward is leaving Man United. It got announced he was leaving back in April when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club, but like I said, despite him being one of the biggest issues at the club, he has said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer, and he assured that Solskjaer's job was safe, even when we was enduring them bad periods. I think Richard Arnold is coming in to replace Ed Woodward. That's what Sky Sports News said the other week. But you know what? Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. We made 4 signings. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Dortmund, brought Varane in from Real Madrid, and re-signed Ronaldo after 12 years. We spent around 141 million in the summer transfer window, and it was good to see Solskjaer get the backing he deserved. It was disappointing that we didn't sign a midfielder in the summer transfer window. and we only managed to sell one player in the summer transfer window. That was also disappointing. The player we sold was Daniel James. Sold him to Leeds for 25 million. The reason we sold him is because we got Ronaldo back. We loaned a few players out in the summer transfer window. We loaned Ethan Laird out to Heath Chong, Facundo Pellistri, Brandon Williams, Andres Pereira and Axel Tuanzebe. Obviously, you do know the news on Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba's brother, Matthias Pogba, was talking earlier on this week. He said Paul Pogba is yet to decide on his Man United future. And he said his contract situation is up in the air. Now, it said earlier on this week that Paul Pogba is close to signing a new Man United contract after the impact of Cristiano Ronaldo. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract, and earlier on this season it said Pogba's very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. I hope Paul Pogba signs this new contract because he's enjoyed a good start to the Premier League season. You know, he's already got 7 assists. He'll be in contention to play in this game against West Ham. He was anonymous though against Young Boys. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. A few weeks ago, Defence Essential said that Pogba favours a switch to Real Madrid over the PSG deal. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with Pogba. Was it a couple of years ago? Pogba spoke about Real Madrid in his relationship with Zinedine Zidane. And he said, I'm seeking for a new challenge. A report by Tutto Sports said a few weeks ago that Juventus want to re-sign Paul Pogba next summer. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. And it said earlier on this season that PSG are pushing to sign him next summer, and it said he's set to join PSG on a free. PSG couldn't get him in this year's summer transfer window because they got Lionel Messi. And you know the news on Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes wants to stay at Man United. He's made that clear. It's very likely we're going to offer him a new contract. Fabrizio Romano recently said that talks have been ongoing since July between Manchester United and the agent of Bruno Fernandes over a new contract. Fernandes is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. A report today said that Real Madrid and Barcelona are monitoring Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is one of our best players and he's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. In most of Fernandes' games at Man United he's been very consistent, but there's been a few games where he's looked off the pace. We have overplayed him though. He starts every game, more or less. Fernandes has been at Man United now for almost 2 years. Last season he won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Got Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Good to see Fernandes get an assist for Ronaldo's goal against Young Boys. Also scored a fantastic goal from 25 yards out in the win against Newcastle last weekend. Fernandes got his first Man United hat-trick on the opening day of the season against Leeds. So there you go. I think for this game against West Ham, Solskjaer will make maybe 2-3 changes. We will see. I presume Solskjaer will be doing his press conference tomorrow ahead of this game. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.